right? So without further ado, let's jump in to optimizing our Google profile and getting to the top. Okay, so I'm going to take you over to my good old Canva presentation over here. Love Canva. We're going to present right now. And everyone can see this okay?
Yeah, we're good.
Awesome. Yep. So my only question is, I'm not going to be able to watch chat much, but if you want to jump in chat, maybe Danny, you can read out maybe a question, but I really do encourage you just unmute, I'm not going to bite your head off or anything like that. All right. So it's going to be good. So here it is. It's 5 secrets to rank #1 on Google in as little as 14 days. I know that sounds crazy, but it really does work that fast. Some people after this presentation actually see results within 24 hours to 48 hours, that quickly. So you're going to want to pay attention to this because Google is the king of the internet. Think about it for yourself. Where's the first spot you go to when you need something?
Google.
It's Google. It's not anywhere else. So Google is the first spot. Let's put our attention there. So here it is. This is going to work for anyone, whether you're someone who's never even tried to rank on Google before. You can have 0 experience. And again, you're going to dominate within hours, weeks. Okay. Maybe you've tried, but it was too difficult. There's so much noise out there that you can go on YouTube right now and see like thousands of videos. But everyone's got little different strategies. Some work, some don't. And you got to dig through it all. But this is a clear roadmap. This is exactly what I teach my team on. And so they can execute on this for our clients. And this is the way to do it. And maybe you've tried, but you gave up because it was too expensive. Maybe you paid for these services like search engine optimization. But it's hard to fork up that kind of money all the time. Question: has anyone ever paid for SEO services here? And if you have, just unmute. I'm just curious. No? Okay. Well, typically that can range from like 500 on the low end I've seen, maybe to a couple $1,000s a month. And that's why a lot of agents, if you ever talk to someone who's tried and says it doesn't work, because they usually didn't do it long enough. And that's typically as you get priced out. So yeah, everything here totally for free. And this is exactly what you're going to get. So this is it. It's 5 game-changing mechanisms. We're going through 5 things. You're going to know how to do this yourself. And I also got a special free gift at the end for you all. So definitely want to stay tuned for that one. Now, just some success stories. Just want to share. These are some of my clients here. #1, #2. When I talk about getting to the top here, really my goal is to get into the top 3. And that is in the marketing world. And you can write this down. It's called the Google 3-pack. All right. The Google 3-pack is where we want to get. It's the first 3 that Google will show when someone's looking up a service like yours in their area. And the reason why I want you to write that down is because the next time you talk to a marketer, you're going to sound like you know your stuff. Plus, you can do some further research on that later if you'd like. So #1, #2, and 2. So big thing here is even #5. If you can get to #5, that's solid too. Okay. But 3 is where we want to be. Top 3. Just a little bit about me because I haven't even introduced myself much. Danny went in a little bit, but this is a little bit about me. I've been marketing since 2012. I actually got my start on YouTube. I had 30,000 subscribers, did that in about 18 months there, 6 million views, another 20,000 on another platform. Got picked up by a talent agency here in Vancouver, Canada, where I live. And they're called BBTV. They take a lot of influencers. Really got introduced into more of the corporate industry actually through them. Found myself more doing automotive space. And then, more and more realtors. It was where I started finding myself, and I just went all in on that. And actually in the last 5 years, it's been really mostly just real estate agents. I say mostly because some other businesses work with us, but it's mostly just been real estate agents. And 2024 was the biggest year for me because I finally got in with the Tom Ferry organization. That was huge because I wanted to do it for years. Finally did it. Went through a few interviews for that. And it's been awesome. So I've actually been at the summit. Maybe you saw me or whatever, but if you see me at any of the events, I'll be at several of them 2025. So come say hi. Now, if you're still like, I don't know this guy, why should I listen to him? I would hope you listen to Tom and Jason. So here's what they got to say about this.
This week in marketing, Tom Ferry, Jason Pantana. Today, we're talking about GBP.
Very good.
You know GBP? Yeah, you know me, right? Google Business Profile. We have migrated so many people there. We've seen so much.
Your Google business page is wildly important. If you are somebody who wants to get more sellers, specifically calling you to say, hey, come list my property and so forth, you've got to take advantage of Google business. And here's why. There are about 3.5 billion searches a day on Google, of which 46% are looking for something local.
Super local. Yep.
So if you're a local business, I mean, real estate or a plumber or whatever, then it really boils down to your Google business page, because you want to win on those key searches because they're literally looking for you.
Did you hear that? Over 3 billion searches a day on Google. 46% of them are for something local. You know, look at yourself. You need a restaurant, you need a plumber, electrician. It's the first spot we go to. A lot of us focus our attention on trying to build ourselves up on platforms like Zillow, getting reviews there or something like that. But look, Zillow depends on Google for you to discover it. So why are you depending on a platform that depends on Google when you can just depend and go all in on Google? I really want you to shift your focus and mindset. It's your number one platform. It's the first and biggest priority you have going forward. It will change your business. If you're like, I don't get calls from Google, it's because I guarantee you're not in that top 5. You're not top 3. And that's why. And you're leaving tens of thousands of dollars on the table. So let's get to the top of where people are looking. Just some misconceptions about this, because I want to break some of these walls in your mind. Like, people think it's going to take like 6 to 12 months. It is not true. This is going to work within weeks. Okay. Some of you, maybe you just started your Google profile. It's going to take a little longer. Don't get discouraged. And if you don't have a Google profile right now, you should be writing down and circling this. Get a Google profile. You're behind. Let's get that. Now, a lot of people think they need the most reviews. Reviews are awesome, but it's not the end all be all. You can really rank to the top, even with like 10 or 20 reviews, and beat people with hundreds. And it's not going to cost you a fortune at all. This is all free today. In fact, I don't want you to pay for SEO services more than $500. Doesn't make any sense. All right. One last one. This is Catherine Richardson. She's also a Tom Ferry coach. Ranked 3 in 48 hours. And she sent me this text. She's unbelievable. 48 hours. And I was like, let's go. Huge. So here it is. I want you to actually write this down. Keyword system. Keyword system. The reason why I'm wanting you to write that down is because you're more likely to remember this. And you're going to write down the 5 mechanisms. Leave some room from some notes, right? So name, services, reviews, responses, posts. We're going to get into all of these. They don't mean anything to you yet, but they're going to mean everything in just a few moments. Keyword system. Name, services, reviews, responses, posts. Now, you can Google the keyword system. You're not going to really find anything. This is what I've coined it. This is my SOP that I teach my staff. So here it is, though. We're going to move into the Holy Trinity before the first mechanism, because you got to write this one down too. You can even take a screenshot of this. Okay. These are the 3 most powerful keywords to you if you're a realtor or any service-based business. You're going to change it up a little bit for your own industry. But for realtors, this is what it is. Realtor, real estate agent, the city you service. Now, a lot of realtors are thinking, I service many cities. Cool. The main city you're writing here, the main city is going to be whatever city you set up your Google business in, because you got to give Google an address when you set up your Google business. So whatever city you've set yourself up in, it's the main city. You can write down all the other ones, and I'll show you how to get ranking in those other cities, but your main one is where we're going to focus our attention. And this is why. Write this down too. Google ranks profiles based off 3 materials, okay? Number 1, how close is it to the user who's searching for it? Number 2, how relevant is it to what they're searching for? And number 3, how active the business is. So if we're looking at, how close you are to the user, right? They're going to recommend businesses that are in that city to that user, right? So it's easier to rank to the top really quickly if you go all in on that one main city. We can still target the other cities. Just you're probably never going to get into that top positions if you're trying to rank 30 minutes away, right? An hour away. But you can still rank higher. I'm going to show you how. But main city. Does that make sense? I'm going really into detail here because some people mess this part up. Any questions about this? Please unmute yourself if you do. The Holy Trinity. When in doubt and you don't know what keywords to use, these are the keywords.
Hey, I have a question. So for how active, what do you mean by that? Or are you gonna discuss that?
Yeah, we're gonna discuss that. Yeah, we're gonna discuss that. We're gonna break down all three. Yeah. So all these things, I really want you to write down anything you hear me saying that sounds important. It is important. So great question.
So, Trent, when you say the city you service, for example, Toronto is huge, right? Within a community, there's community. So, like, you know what I mean? Like,
absolutely. There's like little, like in Vancouver here too, like same thing, little neighborhoods, communities, subsections. Yeah, you can make note of those subsections as well. But you can go for Vancouver, or you can go for Toronto, or you can go for Orlando, or you can go for Seattle. If you are in those cities, you actually are, you can go for it and you can
so like, for example, I live in the city of Vaughan. Then there's, small little versions of that. But do you put just Vaughan?
Yeah, absolutely. That's going to be your main city you're going to target.
Maple, as opposed to, all the little, Vaughan.
That's going to be your main city, but you can still target the other ones and rank high. Especially the closer they are, like 10, 15, 20 minutes away, you can still dominate those areas. When you start getting like 30 an hour, a minute, an hour away, you're not going to ever rank as high, but you can rank there. Okay. That's why I want you all to go all in on the main city there.
So from your office, right? From the address Google
has.
For
whatever address your Google business is tied to, is, that's the city that is going to be your main one. Now, please, when you hear me say this, don't just go trying to change your address right away. If you have a Google business, leave it alone. So many people take down their Google and change the address, and then they're suspended or need to get re-verified, and it's a nightmare to get back up. Just, if you have a Google business and you got a healthy city, leave it alone. Yeah. All right. Here it is. The keyword system, mechanism 1. All right. The name, it's the first part of this all. What's interesting about these two profiles? What are we seeing? Who's ranking to the top, actually? Let's ask that. Who's ranking to the top?
The right
one. Okay, why?
It's open, has online appointments. It's a very short name, says exactly what it is.
Short name, open, nice and clean. Got it. Great observations. Anyone else? Don't be shy.
Sorry.
We got
more
29 people in here.
Open versus close.
More reviews.
More reviews.
More reviews.
I like that. What else?
Fernanda.
That one is open.
Has a phone number. It actually, a clear phone number. All the information at the top.
I love it, guys. I love it.
There's no address for the second one. Mike has no address there.
Well, I love it. Everyone's saying some great stuff here. You're all wrong. And that's why I love it. So rank 20, Mike is rank number 1. And I want to show you this. And I want to tell you why Mike's ranked number 20. It's not because he's got the cleaner, shorter name. I hear that all the time. It's not because he's got the most reviews. I hear that all the time. Not because he's open or whatever like that. I'm open 24/7. No. What did we just talk about?
The address.
No, we talked about the Holy Trinity, the most powerful keywords: real estate, realtor, the city you service. Let's break down the winning profile. It's got real estate agents. This is a broker C account. Broker. So the brokerage. So we got real estate agency. If you're a standalone agent, it would be real estate agent. We got the city he services, and we got realtor in the name. So you really want to get these in there. Okay. So it's super important that you use keywords in your name. So it's not about having the cleanest, flashiest look. It's really about getting keywords in your name. All right. Abuse it. And it's specifically the Holy Trinity. Because when in doubt, what do? You go to the Holy Trinity. Does this make sense for everyone? You can even take it a step further and add some more, like residential or commercial. Okay. If you were a standalone agent, you would just put your name there. You don't have to put the brokerage name unless the brokerage requires that, of course. But you could put your name there and it'd just be real estate agent, city, realtor. Because Google doesn't just magically know when you set up a Google profile who you are and what you do and where you service. Write that down. Who you are, what you do, where you service. Google doesn't just magically know that. So if you can tell Google that as many times as possible over and over again throughout your profile, you win. How could Google not recommend you? You got to scream at Google. This is what I am. This is who I do, what I do. This is where I service. Does this make sense to everyone?
Yep.
You're not going to get in trouble for changing your name, so don't panic. So change your name. Add keywords in there. It's not about looking pretty. It's about being at the top in front of the most eyeballs. Any last questions before we move on? Remember, your main city is going in your name. Okay. Next one, keyword system. Mechanism number 2 is your services. A lot of people don't even know there's a service section. I'm showing you where it is. You go to business.google.com and it's going to pull this up on your profile and you're going to be able to go right there and edit your service section. So I'm going to use this brokerage throughout this entire thing as my case study. So here it is. What's interesting about the services here? What are y'all seeing?
He repeatedly brings up his city.
Nice. Great eyes.
Realtor.
Keywords. Right. Great job, Ron. Yeah. Keywords, the Holy Trinity. That's it, guys. None of these are actually services. All I've done is I've taken the Holy Trinity and I mixed and matched it as many times as possible and put it in here. I also put in other popular terms that people might look and search, like realtor near me, find a realtor, things like that. You want to put all those in as services. In fact, it's so hard to even locate this service section. I challenge you, go look up another Google profile. Go look up one of your competitors. Go try to find their service section. You're not going to find it. This is free real estate for you to just abuse with keywords. You can have thousands. There's no limit to how many keywords you have here. In fact, I have so many here that I couldn't even fit it into a single screenshot. Another pro tip. I got actually 2 more that go with this. So you can see it's Saskatoon. That's the main city, right? Put your main city a bunch of times throughout here. But this is where you can start putting those other cities and trying to tell Google, hey, I also service these areas. Because it's tucked away, it's hidden, whatever. Google's going to pick up on it. Remember, everything you say to Google, Google picks up on it. Another pro tip is go to ChatGPT. Say, hey, ChatGPT, I'm a realtor in this city. Give me 100 search terms someone might look up when looking for a realtor in my city. Those 100 search terms become your services. If you want to take a step further, once you add these services, you can actually then click on it again, and it will give you a drop down to add a description to each one of them. And then you can just abuse that with even more keywords. So how crazy do you want to get with it? Because you can get nuts. And again, the more you tell Google who you are, what you do, and where you service, you win. Any questions about this? Usually I'm getting lots of questions. You guys got this? No problem?
You called it Chat CBT?
Oh, Chat GPT.
Oh, GPT. Sorry.
No, you're good. Highly recommend you go there, ask it these things. Okay. Okay, we're moving on. Keyword system, mechanism number 3, reviews. Now you're probably wondering what the heck is this guy saying? I thought he just said reviews aren't important, but they are. They are when done right. So
They are important.
They are, yes, Janet, absolutely. Typically, they're not really going to help someone rank super, super high, but they can when done right. So what's right about this review that they got? What's interesting about this one?
Says the name, the person's name.
Okay, person's name. What else you seen?
Said he's a realtor.
That's it, guys. That's all I'm looking for. Boom, realtor. As of today, you're going to start campaigning for reviews from your family, from your friends, from past clients, and you're going to ask them to write you a Google review using at least one of the 3 Holy Trinity in your review. Imagine Mike with 104 Google reviews. If he would have had them all saying realtor, real estate agent, the city he serviced, how could Google not recommend him? Again, Google wants to recommend and give its users the best possible experience. It's going to recommend what business is closest to them. And so we identify that by keep saying the city that we service, right, throughout our profile. It's also going to be how relevant we are to what they're looking for. So people are typing in realtor or real estate agent. We want to make sure our profile is just screaming that, and how active we are. We get active through a few different means. Reviews are one of them. Like, you think Google wants to recommend a business that hasn't gotten a review in 5 years or hasn't done anything on its profile in 5 years? No, it doesn't even know if it's a business then. So I'm trying to really dig this into you all. This is how important your Google profile is. And this is why you're probably saying Google doesn't work for my business. It's because you're not working on your Google. In fact, I want to really dig how deep and important your Google reviews are with keywords. I would rather have a 1-star review than a 5-star. If it said, the 1-star said, Trent is the worst realtor in Vancouver. I do not recommend him as your real estate agent. I would rather have that 1-star review that said all 3 of those keywords than a 5-star that said, Trent was great, super professional, knows his shit. I don't care about that. That does nothing for me. That did nothing for me, but that 1-star did. 1-star did.
Right.
Told Google everything it needs to know about me. So it knows what to suggest because it wants to just show you what you're looking for. So if Mike would have had 104 Google reviews that all said those keywords, he would win. Any questions about this? All right, let me know. Are people learning something new? Am I bringing some value right now? Like I said, I was going to bring some
it's
value.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yes,
We want you to talk.
absolutely.
Thumbs up. Let's go. I love it.
Absolutely.
Okay, stoked. Good, guys. Awesome. Seen something in chat here. I love it. Let's go. Awesome. All right. Well, the next one is really exciting because it's something that you can do as I speak right now throughout this. Prefer if you're not, but you could. I've had people do it plenty of times. Here it is. Keyword system, mechanism 4, your response. Now, this is a bad example, and that's why I'm not going to pick it apart. But I want to show you that you could respond to your Google reviews. Now, when we respond to our Google reviews, use keywords, specifically the Holy Trinity. So reply to the Google reviews with, hey, thank you so much for choosing me as your realtor. If you ever need a real estate agent again in this city, let me know. Obviously, you don't want to reply with the same thing for everyone. You don't want to sound robotic or whatever. Talk about the experience, make it custom, unique to whatever their journey was. Cool. But make sure you get those keywords in your response. And if you really want to try, I really tried this. The best the most search phrase is going to be real estate agent or realtor near me. So if you could find a way to stuff that sentence somehow into your response, that'd be badass. That'd be awesome. But
do you advise editing our old responses?
That's just what we're going to get into. So
Oh.
yes, I do advise this. Go back and edit your old responses. You can go back to some that are even 5-6 years old. You'll see a little pencil icon next to it, and you can edit your response to add keywords because some people are like, crap, I've already responded to all my reviews. It's okay. It's okay. Go back, edit your responses. And don't just try to say, like, respond to some reviews where you didn't actually service them in your main city. If you service them in another city you serviced, it's like an hour away. Don't write that in there. Write that in there. Again, Google's picking up on everything. Like I said, you can still rank for these other cities, just not going to rank as high. But if we can, go all in on the main cities, respond to your Google reviews, and add those keywords in there. And some people panic. They're like, I don't want my client from 5-6 years ago getting notified. It's not going to happen, but big deal. You want to be top of mind. You want people remembering you. I actually get that often. That's why I'm saying this. Who cares? But they're not going to get notified. Okay? They're not going to get notified. We're going for the keywords. Any questions about this?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, so let's say, this person has a whole bunch of reviews, like the other one that you said, they didn't win because maybe all the reviews didn't mention like the Holy Trinity or whatever. But let's say they responded to all those reviews that were kind of bland, just saying all those things, then would that kind of like balance it out and kind of bring it up like as much?
Hell yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. How could Google ignore that? Because you're giving it information that it needs to be able to recommend you. Right?
Okay.
Google wants to recommend based off of how close are you to them? How relevant are you to what they're looking for? And are they active? So if Mike would be doing all of that, that's all three. And he's got so many reviews, he might even just shoot to the top without doing those stuff, I'm telling him, depending on how competitive the market is. So even look up realtors in your city, and you might see people with hundreds of Google reviews, but they're not the top. Because I guarantee, and you can go look through it, they're not doing any of this. So reviews are important. You just got to know how to make them work. And that's why I like Google reviews over any other thing like Zillow or something like that, because your reviews actually can work for you. They can actually make a difference by pushing you to the top. And it's the first spot we all go to. Any last question before we move on to the next one and the final mechanism? All right, the final one. It's the biggest one. And it's going to do a great number on your profile. Here it is. Keyword system, mechanism 5. It's posts. It's posts. I want you to start posting whatever you're putting on your YouTube, your TikTok, your Instagram, your Facebook, your LinkedIn, all of it needs to start getting uploaded to your Google profile daily. Why? Because Google wants you to feed it content, because it wants you to be active, because it wants to recommend active businesses. There's 2 ways you can get active: post and get reviews. Getting reviews is hard. It's like pulling teeth. Post, easy. We can do that in our sleep. We can post that, no problem. So get your content over here. In fact, I want you to treat it as your favorite social media profile. You hear what I just said? Social media profile, Google business profile. Oh my God. Yeah, it's designed to be like a Google business profile, right? You hear all the time on Instagram, oh, the more you post, the more active you are. Instagram wants to use real users on its platform. Yeah. Same with Google. Same with Google. It's your new favorite social media platform. You're like, I don't have time for social media. I got time for like Facebook and YouTube. Well, stuff this one in there or get rid of Facebook or something. Okay. Because this is your new favorite profile. Let's look at it a little bit deeper here. What's interesting about this post?
There's a video.
Video. Nice. What else? That's one of them.
It's giving tips.
Tips. Is that what I heard? Tips? Okay.
Yes, tip for sellers.
Hashtags.
Hashtags.
Yes, hashtag.
Alberto?
That was it. So I was only looking for 2. The video, hashtags.
Number.
People don't even know this, and I apologize if you can hear my dog in the background just going crazy. But yeah, start uploading your videos to your Google profile. All right. So many people don't even know they can upload their videos to Google. Okay. So note there, you can only add. Sorry.
I just muted someone, no worries. Go ahead.
So you can only add videos that are 30 seconds long.
So
And if my dog's going too crazy, is it just making too much noise? I don't know. Is that okay?
Fine.
All good.
All good. Cool.
one
So I
question, Trent.
Sorry?
If you happen to have, let's say, 10 short videos and you go ahead and do it right all at the same time, is that like, does that make you like, you know what I mean? Like, are you supposed to do it every day or just all at once is okay?
You can go in and make these changes all at once. Absolutely.
Mhm.
Absolutely. I would say if you just made your profile, I wouldn't do a lot right now. I would just let it kind of sit for a little bit and then start making these changes.
So you
But
say
yeah.
that the video can only be 30 seconds long for Google?
For Google. Yeah. So let's say you made a long format video for YouTube.
Yeah.
Make a 30-second clip. It can be horizontal or vertical, doesn't matter. But make a 30-second clip. And then you can redirect where the post goes to. So if someone clicks on it, you could just redirect it to the full-length video. Okay. And there's also a section where you can actually sync your socials with your Google profile. Like you can attach it so that way it'll pick that you picked up on. So I recommend you do all that too.
How often do you think we should be posting on Google?
A great question. Every day. Every day you get to wake up and add, this was the next part, the hashtags, the keywords to the description of your post. So imagine this. Every day you get to say, hey, Google, realtor, real estate agent, city I service, residential, commercial, realtor near me, all these other different keywords. You can add it into the description of your post. Wow. Right? So how could Google not recommend you if you're posting every day, you're active, and you're telling it, you're screaming at Google, this is who I am. This is what I do. This is where I service. How could Google not recommend you? So add keywords into your post every single day. And that is why I say to everyone, Google is your most important social media platform. People look at me like sideways until they see the presentation. They're like, what are you talking about? Just some pro tips here. You can see I added the website and phone number. I don't recommend you do this because you can get away with it, but sometimes Google will just remove the post. If it removes your post, it's not the end of the world. You just did something wrong about it. You can re-upload it. You're not going to get in trouble. But typically, Google doesn't like it when you put the phone number or website in the description. But you can wrestle with it to get it up there like that. But it likely will take it down. But I just want to point that out. Okay. And the reason why we're doing hashtags is because if you're posting it to Instagram and LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, whatever you're writing in the description, make your life easy. Just put it in here. Does this make sense, everyone? Try to use local based hashtags too. I'm just gonna kind of go off track a little bit here. Some more pointers for you. A lot of us do social media because we think also like, I gotta be an influencer. I gotta be a TikTok star. It's not why we got into real estate. Got into real estate to be the best realtor. All right. And to be the realtor, the community realtor, the realtor in our city that people choose, right? Think about getting 300 people, locals, just to look at your posts. That's a lot of people. Put them in a room with you. I've spoken in front of 350 people. It's a lot of people. It can be intimidating. So 300 people views, that's a lot. Okay. And so the reason why I'm telling you this is don't get discouraged with all this and know who your client avatar is. And for many of you, your client avatar are home buyers, typically 35 years old and older, right? In your city. And if you think about that, it's a lot of people. And so 300 is actually a lot considering that, right? In your city. So wanted to point that out there. Don't get discouraged with these things, but start just being active as hell on your Google. Any questions about any of that? Does the post make sense to everyone?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So that's the keyword system. Those are my 5 mechanisms. Literally my SOP. It's fast, it's free, it's what makes you the realtor of choice. I just want to leave you all with a little reminder here from Tom Ferry and Jason Pantana. This is what they said.
Last summer, I went out on that little tour and I was all over the country and I'm getting people to raise their hands. How many of you have your GBP already up and running? And I was shocked by how many people had not done it. And it's FRE free, but like everything else that's free, you got to spend some time on it. When it first started, there was only like 7 or 8 things to fill out. Now there's like 15.
There's tons.
Adding videos, adding products being listings, right? Being things that you want to get out to the marketplace. So
let's make that tip number 2 is you've got to be proactive in terms of contributing more and more content. Like Google Business Page is advantageous in that you can set it up and it's going to have some built-in SEO kind of forever and always, but you can really accelerate the performance of your business profile by adding I call it the 3 Ps typically are post, products, and photo.
Everything we just talked about. You can really accelerate it by posting to it. You're also going to see, we talked about the service section. There's also like add products. Add some products. Those products are just going to be keywords. Real estate agent near me. Realtor my city. Realtor this. Realtor that. Real estate agent this. You can load that up. Okay. But start posting everything. Tom Ferry goes on to say, like, hey, if you're big on posting your family on social media, start posting on your Google. If you're big into motorcycles, start posting on your Google, right? Because someone might scroll down and say, hey, he's into Harley Davidsons. Me too. I'm going to give him a call, right? Might find that, be able to relate to you off that. Also, I tell people all the time, your Google, your social media, it's your digital resume. So your new listings, sold listings, open houses, accepted offers, all of those things. I know if I'm going to choose a realtor to market my home, I want to know that my home is going to be marketed online. It'd be really cool to say, hey, I'm marketing my products, your home, on my Google profile. Go check it out. Okay. But Google wants this information. And you can really implement everything I tell you right now and get immediate results. In fact, if you do see results within 24 hours, a week, I want you to call Danny or text Danny. If you guys have a group chat, tell Danny the group. Okay. And Danny, please tell me, because I love seeing those wins. And I'm telling you right now, though, if you're not upkeeping this, you're going to drop, because someone else might know this information too in your area. And who at that point they're going to get to the top, and then it's a war over who's most active, who's putting in the work, who's feeding Google the most. You got to feed the beast. So start posting to it. Implement what I've shown you. Okay. Danny, is it okay if I actually get into a little offer I have prepared for everyone?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. Sorry, I have a question before you begin with the offer. If I have to change the address on Google profile, it comes Toronto right now, but I service in Hamilton. Do you prefer it? I do it or not? Do you recommend it?
I highly recommend you do not change your address unless you are servicing a place like 2 hours or more away. Okay. If you're going, because once you change that address, your profile's down, and it's gonna be down for weeks.
Okay, thank you.
Weeks.
So Trent, in terms of posting something every day, can you say just sold, deal of the week, or stuff like that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Just get content out there and get keywords into the description.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you're posting of you walking your dog, say, hey, I'm walking my dog in this city. Really stoked and grateful to be a real estate agent. Whatever, find ways to use the keywords.
So therefore, the property you advertise has to be probably in that area where your thing is. It cannot be.
When you add your property, you can write whatever keywords you want into the description of the post. It's up to you what you want to write in the post.
If the property was out of the area, does that affect the rating?
Not at all.
No.
Not at all.
Okay.
Because there's also a service area selection where you can add, you put your primary city, and then you can add all the other up to 18 other areas you service.
Perfect.
So Google can pick up on that too and understands that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that you're not going to have as much success in those cities. It's just by the nature of it. Cool. So you guys want to stick around for this, because again, I have something special at the end for you, but this is my done for you social media and SEO services. So the entire time I showed you a brokerage. Okay. The brokerage owner, his name's James. Been working with James for a long time, going on to like 5 years, I think 5 years. So I want you to just listen to what James had to say.
Most recently been recognized as number 7 in the top 50 realtors here in Saskatchewan. Since I started working with Trent and his team, my social media has taken off. My presence in Saskatoon has been unmatched. It's been extremely easy to work with the team over there. They respond promptly to anything I need. Everything that they post on behalf of me and my team has been absolutely fantastic. My overall rankings on both Google and Facebook have gone through the roof. Most recently been recognized as number 7 in the top 50 realtors here in Saskatchewan and in the top 10 of the Saskatoon realtors on social media. The whole experience has been fantastic. Feedback, the leads, the calls from clients or potential clients has been absolutely amazing. It is overall has made my life significantly easier, and I have nothing but the best to say about and their approach to obviously increasing my presence. Honestly, I wish I had done it a lot sooner.
So with James there, we actually, like I said, started with him quite a long time ago, still with him today. And why I'm sharing you with his story and why it's so interesting is because he picked up, moved his whole family into a province, which is like, you know, a state, but new state, didn't know anyone there. No one, no friends, no family, nothing. Not only did we rank him number 1 in his city, he became a top performing agent, but he became so successful that he actually owns his own Remax brokerage now with 29 agents underneath him. And I service many of those people directly as well. And we did that pretty quickly. We're the only marketing team to work with him. So you can see my passion behind this, and I just wanted to share this with you. So this is the breakdown of what it's like, okay, of everything we offer. So ranking your Google profile to the top, $500. Posting your Google every day, $200. We know is how important that is. Leaving tens of thousands of dollars on the table if you're not at the top. Getting you more keyword reviews, super, super important. I don't have it on me right now, but what we're going to do is we're going to send you it's almost like a credit card, but it's a Google review card. And, you know, what happens is you can tap that on someone's phone and they'll be immediately prompt to write you a Google review. We're going to grow your Instagram. That's $100. We're going to grow your Facebook, $100. Great platforms, okay, for staying connected with friends and family. Growing your LinkedIn, $100. Great to connect with small business owners, things like that. We're going to grow your YouTube, $200. The reason why it's a little bit more expensive, there's SEO that can be played into your YouTube channel, help you rank more. We're going to grow your TikTok, $200. Great platform for lots of views. We're going to create your videos. We're going to edit your videos, $500. Video editing, it's not fun. It takes a lot of time. We're going to do that too for you. And we're going to give you unlimited tech support, $1,000. It's like having your own virtual assistant on demand, on call. When you need help with your website, your CRM, your socials, your Google, we'll get on a call with you and help you work it out. So $3,100 a month. But you're not going to pay that $3,100, okay? Before I show you the real price, I just want you to listen to Travis here.
Probably about a year ago, I was in a point with my real estate career that I didn't have any online presence. I was trying to do it myself. I just was running out of time and I didn't have good content and I didn't have consistent content. And what you're really doing is making it so your business can't grow like it really could. Let them handle that, frees up your time to focus on your clients, focus on transactions, building those relationships. I promise you it'll take your business to the next steps. My business has doubled in the last 18 months.
In the first 18 months of working with Travis, his business doubled. All right. And he's actually a Remax brokerage owner too. He's got 11 agents underneath him.
Hey, before you continue, Trent, I got a great question here. What if you don't have a YouTube channel up running yet?
Yeah, we'll help you create that. No charge or anything like that. We'll help anything you don't have, we'll help you create it at no extra charge.
Okay.
Now there's no 3,100. The real cost actually be, if it comes up here, oh yeah, none of that. Real cost is $1,500 a month. And I want you to think about that for just a second. $1,500 a month. If I could get you one commission check, that pays for months of the service. Right? If I can get you top Google, do your socials, create that time, free that time for you to do other high-level activities like network, it's not bad. In fact, if you go look up all these individual services itself, it'd be a lot more than $1,500 a month. But you're not going to pay the $1,500 a month. This is what Kristen L said before I show you the real.
I wanted to give a special shout out to Trent Stonehouse, the man, the myth, the legend.
Roberto,
took over our social media platform. We had about 1,000 followers. That has almost doubled now since Trent has taken over. He's also helping us with our editing of our videos. We do a video every week or two. Now that Trent's taken over, we're actually at 5,000 to 10,000 views. It's unbelievable. And that means a lot to us because it shows our clients what we can do for them when we're promoting and marketing their home.
This guy lives near me. We actually went for lunch out the other day, and he's like, man, I got recognized in Richmond, Costco. which is where the city lives in, using Costco. Someone's like, hey, you're that YouTube realtor. That's what we want. Your face, who you are. You're the brand. You're the company, right? So that was pretty big wins. There's no $1,500 a month. The actual price is only $349. If you go to our website, socialrealtor.com, it's $349 for us to rank your Google profile to the top, to post to your Google every day, to help you get those keyword reviews to the little card we send you, to grow your Instagram, the Facebook, the LinkedIn, the YouTube, your TikTok, to edit your videos, to give you unlimited tech support. You can't even get a virtual assistant for that price. But because you're here at the webinar, there's no $349 either. Everyone owes Coach Danny a 6-pack, all right, or a beer. Okay, Coach Danny, $100 off, $249 for $249. That's a fraction of what a VA costs. A VA is anywhere between $7 to $10 an hour. That's $800 plus a month, full time. And you get a professional. You get a group of people that actually do this and they know what they're doing for $249. Someone to jump on a Zoom call, help you out when you're stuck with your website, CRM, or whatever. To do your Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, all that. Insane.